Alright, first off, let me start by saying I am actually a huge Pokemon fan, regardless of everything else I say in this video. I've just been I've been a fan for as long as I can remember. However, I've also expanded the variety of games I play, which has made me even more disappointed in the newer Pokemon games. The only ones I've actually enjoyed on Switch were the Let's Go games because of nostalgia mainly. They weren't really that great of games in general, and also Legends Arceus, which also is not a very good game, but it's probably the best one we've had on Switch, and I was really hoping that they had learned some stuff from that game, but it sure seems like they did not. It really felt like we were headed in the right direction for a change, but now with the announcement and release of ZA, I can tell that they didn't learn a single thing from Arceus, and they've taken many steps back compared to that game, in my opinion. Which is why I decided to do today's video. I'm not and probably never will buy ZA unless it's on a massive sale, but I don't think that'll ever happen. I have no intentions of wasting 70 plus 30 for that stupid DLC. It's not $100 game. It's barely a $20 game, if that. Since I've been disappointed in everything that Game Freak has done over the past 7-ish years, 7, 8 years, something like that. They've been pretty good with their disappointment streak. So today I figured we would check out some reviews from Metacritic to see what people actually think of this game who have played it. Now, I wasn't I knew this game was going to get some bad reviews because it looked terrible in the trailers, but I also knew that Pokemon fans are blind and don't care about their money, or obviously don't respect themselves and their time because they just want to play these crappy games that have no effort behind them, nothing. It's just so disappointing. Game Freak and Nintendo are, well, I suppose it's mostly Pokemon Company's money, but either way, they have enough money to make very good games, and they refuse. They just make cash grabs because they know people are dumb enough to buy it, as you can tell by like all these reviews. I mean, thousands of people have already bought it, well, millions, because people have no taste and no respect for themselves. So let's see what some actual people think on Metacritic. Starting with a user that goes by the name of Echilada. Now, they say, this isn't worth more than 100 for a game that looks and plays worse than a PS2 game. Like I just said, I fully agree with that one. PS2 games, nothing wrong with that. It's just charging $100 for a modern PS2 game? That's a little messed up. But they also say, the Last Legends game is somehow more advanced and bigger than this game, which is a Switch 2 game as well. The world is too small and gets repetitive fast from seeing the same building texture the entire game. Many games come out today are cheaper and are better games than anything Game Freak has made for the Nintendo Switch. See, that user actually knows what they're talking about. So, that's another complaint I had with the ZA game. Why did Pokemon Company, Game Freak, all of them, why did they think that it was a good idea to base a game in a city? It's like the dumbest. I don't know what they were thinking. It's so stupid. The best part of Pokemon games is to go out and explore. You can't do that in a city. I just want to slap them. They're so stupid. What were they thinking? Why did they think this would be fun? Why did they take away the exploration? Why? Why? Okay, so up next we have someone named Pepsi is Good 3. Now, I don't agree with your username, but I do like some of the stuff you said. I don't know, I've never, Pepsi's, but they claim it's good 3. So, the new fighting system is a good direction, they say. It actually feels like watching the anime. Some moves that were pointless now make sense to use in this new fight format. And that's really all the positive things I have to say about Pokemon ZA, they say. The graphics are terrible. The tutorial is the worst I've ever experienced in a video game. It takes you nearly 5 hours of playtime to get out of it. And even when you do, it doesn't disappear. An option where you could turn this off would be bad. Therefore, People whose first game isn't ZA get to experience this terrible game. There are no stores, people sell items outside of the store, you barely have any region besides the streets, and it doesn't make sense for all the Pokemon's habitat to be in a town. An absolute disrespect, not just for longtime Pokemon fans, but newcomers as well. I don't know who to blame when the biggest gaming franchise asks you to pay $70 to $80 for a game that is terrible in every regard and not fun at all. A big middle finger towards everyone who wants to play a Pokemon game. So happy that Pal World exists. Play that instead. I mean, sure. I I haven't tried Pal World myself, but I mean, obviously I've heard a ton about it, and it looks very similar. But it also has many differences. But hey, if it's a Pokemon for adults, there you go. Enjoy it. I personally would say go play something like Digimon or one of the many other Pokemon clones like Cassette Beast, um, Monster Crown, Nexamon, like just to name a few. I'm forgetting some good ones, but those are some of the best. So try those out first. Just Pokemon does not deserve your money. They didn't work for it. They barely even produced a game. Like it barely functions. It just stop giving them money, people. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing and frustrating because the more people that continue buying this crap, the longer it's going to take them to actually make a game worth playing, which is probably never going to happen again. But this is why I've converted to Digimon and other clones, obviously. I just have no faith in Pokemon anymore. They are so disappointing and embarrassing, and they just, like that person said, they literally flip everyone off that buys their game because they're like, they're just sitting back behind all that money, just laughing at us. All right, we got another review here. It's by someone named Immortal Yelkow. They also say the new battle mechanic was fun. That's it. So that's something I've heard a lot, obviously, and like the other review said. So they also go on to say, no new Pokemon, the city's dull, gameplay's repetitive, I just didn't have fun with it. There is so much text that at one point, I actually fell asleep. Yeah, I could see that. If there was a game to say that enough was enough, this is it. I've been playing Pokemon since Pokemon Blue when I was 7 years old, and now I'm done with the franchise. People deserve refunds for this game. Shame on you, Game Freak and Nintendo. Yeah, like it's just so sad, and like I said, it's just embarrassing because they've gotten so bad over the Switch generation. I mean, I've been playing Alpha Sapphire. Well, actually, Omega Ruby. I forgot because uh, Alpha Sapphire had Pokemon on it. I didn't want to delete, so I had to start a new file on Ruby, and I've been enjoying my time with it. It has been great. But I am also done with modern Pokemon. Until they make something worth playing, yeah, I'm not giving them a cent. I have previous games from them that I enjoy. I also have Pokemon ROM hacks and clones that I enjoy way more. So we have another reviewer here. He is C John 1234. They say the worst entry to the series. Yes, very very agreed. I'm sure some will like it because they have no taste, but flat buildings, buggy images, and overall boring gameplay plagued this game. We aren't asking for a lot. Let's Go wasn't the most graphically inclined game, yet somehow it still looks better than any of the slop we've gotten over the last decade. Save your money unless you enjoy a Pokemon game where you sit in one city the whole time, with wild zones that are an eighth the size of Pallet Town, from Red and Blue. If you want a Legends game that's at least somewhat competent, stick with Arceus. Yes, very, very agreed. Even though, like I said, Arceus is not a great game, but it's about the best thing we've got on Switch. So yeah, it's competent, like they said. And then I had a review here that I just thought was funny. This guy their name's Show Guy 89. and I fully agree with every word they say. Meh. It's just meh, man. Like, meh. Yes, fully agree, my good sir. Alright. Up next and the last is going to be a review by someone named Gothiral. Yeah. Selling us a revolution in combat. Yes, it's different, but nothing crazy. You barely even use the roll. You just have to dodge from time to time. Hold L2 and spam attacks. Nothing impressive. No voice acting. The day-night cycle is unbearable. It resets Pokemon battles, even makes them disappear. Honestly, I like Pokemon. I'm a fan, me too. But this is a ripoff. And I'm not picky about graphics. People complain about review bombing, but it's not even that. The game's a disaster. The real review bombing is giving it 10 out of 10s to a company that's clearly mocking us. Yeah. Like, it feels like I'm just reading the same review over and over and over because they're all complaining about the same things. Everything. I really hope that Pokemon learns something from this, but I know they won't. And that's pretty much all I have for this one because I needed to vent. I needed to cool off and just complain and bitch about it because I'm so sick of it and I'm sick of seeing people buy it. It hurts. It's embarrassing. Like, why can't these people go out and actually look for good games instead of playing the same crap over and over? Just like, I understand being a diehard fan. I want to be, but I can't. I play real games and real JRPGs. Yeah, Pokemon's done. Leave your thoughts and feelings down below. Vent some if you need to. Bitch at me if you need to. I don't care. Just have a good day and don't buy this game. Buy something good instead. Look up reviews first and go buy clones made by indie developers. They deserve your money way more. They actually care. They worked hard and they're not already filthy rich, so give them money. But with that, I hope you all have a less frustrating day than me, just because I'm letting this bother me a little too much. But with that, y'all have a great day. Bye.